Alright folks, welcome back once again to Let's Play Lennus 2 on the Mysterious JG. And we have got, I think, a better weapon for Myra. Well, we'll see. She's being more of a support mage at this point in the game anyway. I really like her flaming cape too. Gargantuan fish we call Zorban dwells off our coast. It's pretty awesome. Meryl. Where do I know that name from? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, I guess that's Colonel Campbell's daughter, isn't it? Who thinks that she's his niece. Women have more hiding places than men. Nell put to sea seeking Zorban and hoping to turn a profit, but he never returned. Ah, Nell, my adored. Ah, Zorban, you bastard. Hey, I found a water card. That will be useful when Ferris has the water spirit. Did I get the map from you already, buddy? Hey, look who's here. By the way, would you care to buy a special item for under 50 gold? Yee, thank you. I have a very special parchment here. I guess I hadn't actually bought that from him. Oh, did you try to get on to our city? You must have visited this Temple of the Sky Spirit too. Yes, I did, actually, but I'm glad you mentioned that, because if I hadn't, it would have been a good indication that I should have done so. Some horrible creature has taken up residence off the Isle of Jill. We can't sail to the outer seas anymore. Is there anyone who can slay the monster? Are we talking about Zorban? Is that what we're talking about, buddy? I am the one who maintains vigilance over the raging seas, but I cannot help but marvel at the evening skies. Can't take my eyes off the circling skies. Recently, just as night fell, I could see Ryga drifting through the azure heavens. Beyond Ryga, I spotted the planet Lennus. Have you heard of the legend? Nah, tell us. I see. You've never really heard of Lennus. Mumble, mumble, mumble. What? Okay, fine, we have heard of it. I thought you were going to tell us the legend. Dick. So you've heard of the planet Lennus? Well, if you keep it a secret, I'll let you in on something. The legendary Lennus, a blue planet next to Ryga. What, Ryga's a real planet? Came into view yesterday for the first time ever. I'm sure it's really Lennus, which means it's way out of its usual orbit. Well, then why do you think it's Lennus? It appeared that Lennus and Elts may be on a collision course. You realize what this means? Yeah, real great union. That's what the whole game's about, buddy. Well, I should have figured that Ryga was a planet at some point that Rygons came from, but I don't know. I figured it was like Krypton, been destroyed or something, you know. Yeah, I'd be with these planets of immortal super beings. The sea is a mysterious and frightening realm, however, under the navel of the sea hemisphere. Events have been reported that border on the fantastic, such as the amazing rainbow of gravity. So, there's going to be an entire sea... Ooh, Kubo milk. It's going to be an... Ooh, Sky card. Where is Sky card? There's going to be an entire sea continent in this world, just like there was in Lennus. Maybe if the two worlds slam together, they'll actually have, like, just an entire land map. Or an entire sea map. Anyway. You know who's getting the Gubo milk? Sir Ferris, of course. Although at this point, I may have my final mercenary party in place. It no longer makes quite as much sense to give all the stat boost up to Ferris. But I'm not really sure. There might be a sequence at the end where he has to fight alone. I don't know. He walks alone inside his pit of anger. There's something helping me. He walks alone. Because the last storm was dreadful. Yep, sure was. Alright, we already talked to you guys. That's right. Matter of fact, there's no reason for us to come up here anymore because now our boat's outside of town. Look at the awesome way that Potentate Polak walks in frame skip mode. Woo! Now we can't actually get anywhere because of these blocks. So we've got to deal with this whatever the heck monster in this cave island place. I'm annoyed by this because I'm anxious for the plot to get moving, but this is just going to be a big fat dungeon. It might be a little short dungeon, but I think this one's a big fat dungeon. Because I did explore it a little bit while this is where I leveled up, basically. The enemies here were actually pretty tough. So, yeah. And those are those bugs that split into more than one enemy. I'm not sure why it didn't do it there, but you may remember them from the last game, their lightning attacks and their ability to split, which was really irritating. Which apparently I'm not going to showcase because I just took it out before it could do that. Wow, that did a decent amount of damage. I mean, for Myra, she's like the worst physical attacker in the party. And she's doing over 2,000 damage. That's not too bad. Treasure! Drum! Huzzah! Fife and drum corps can be completed. We've been collecting musical instruments throughout the game, and I don't know why. But I do know I don't feel like fighting these guys, so let's get out of here. Oh, you know what? There's like some enemies around here that look kind of like palette swaps of each other, and they look kind of like a plant. Not the same as the plants that we've seen, but I guess I'll fight until we see one so you can see what they look like. But then I really am thinking this would be a good dungeon in which to have Ferris occasionally use the peace spell. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the background layer there. It's like all black. There they are. It's like a little different Venus flytrap. There's a variant of those that gives you the mold status, which I hate a lot, so... So now that you've seen that, let's use the old peace spell. And I did select Ferris's spirits specifically so that he could use Gubo, which is a good combat spell, and Peace, which is a good avoiding combat spell. He also has Slow, which, from what I've heard, is one of those spells that never works on bosses, and regular enemies aren't really worth the effort to use it against. Hey, you're a fish. You ought to be able to do something with this. It's water. Swim in it. Come on. There's a lot of different paths we could be following. See, we miss treasure if we don't explore carefully. We got a sky card. Where is sky card? Because at this point, Ferris really should, if you didn't like go and start leveling, need experience with the sky spirit. So. Not yet. Not yet. Man, I wish I had an internet connection fast enough that I could go rewatch Let's Play Evil Zone, because that was a fun LP. Let's Play Evil Zone, folks, available now at Boba the Vulture's channel. Not yet. Yes, it is, in fact, available now. Whoever it is that says not yet in that game. I think it was Danzavar. Okay. Enough of that. Yeah, this dungeon is now annoying because it's big enough that you can actually lose track of where you have and haven't been. I'm getting way off the beaten track here, I feel like. Trying to make sure I don't miss treasure. Okay, I might be... the enemies have regained their strength. Now that you've gotten on a boat. We're on a boat, motherfucker. It's a motherfucking boat. What am I supposed to... Oh. Okay. Well, here's some kind of monster. Is this the actual boss or water eidolon? No, so it's like a Final Fantasy enemy. I forget what spirit Suzon is, but hopefully it's not one of the ones that they're really strong against. You have the fire spirit, which probably won't help us much here. But we'll give it a shot. Yeah, it's really strong against that, as I kind of figured. Okay, so this is going to be kind of tough because we've got exactly the wrong magic. I mean, Gubo would probably do better damage than the fire. That's the attack all enemies spell, but it's going to do better than that did. In the meantime, she can start using skills up. Oh, you missed with your... You missed with your Shawn Michaels super kick, Pollock. What's going on? Yeah, that did better than, just, crappy fire magic. Ouch. Super kick. Yeah, see, there's why you gotta give her the Mega Bottle. Didn't really notice if that, Ferris's attack did a lot of damage, though. I wasn't paying attention at that point, sadly. Not as good as, Gubo, but it's not taking away health with every turn, either. Okay, this thing did some really powerful magic attack, like laser ray attack on us, and now it's just sucking. It's not a problem for me, I'm just saying. Severe drop-off in, how threatened I felt by this thing. I'm not convinced this is the actual boss of the area. I think we may have just chosen the wrong path in this maze of waterways, and that this particular maze of waterways punishes you for choosing the wrong path by making you fight a sub-boss. I mean, very early in the game, we had this place where every time you got hit by an egg, you fought a relatively tough enemy. Alright, never mind. There's the attack that actually is effective again. Just go ahead and let Ferris use a bottle, since only one person's in any kind of trouble. I want to save those mega bottles in the bottle spell for when real healing is required. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Pardon me. Yeah, I wish I could equip Pollock with some stuff. Seems like he's got really good base stats, but the fact that he's naked is kind of hurting his ability to do good stuff for us. Anyway, we got the King Slasher. We got, ooh, Void ×2 from Ira. So what did that accomplish for us? Those things are no longer glowing. Does that mean something? Yeah, okay, never mind. We actually did win. Well, what do you know? We won. I didn't think that was the proper boss because it just seemed too straightforward, but... Okay. Well... I don't know, folks. Should I go in there and hunt for treasure on my own time, or should I include it in the LP? Damn it. Get in there. I guess I'll let you guys see the interior of the cave here a little bit more. I don't know how much more of this cave there was to go. But I do know that we're at the 15-minute mark. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do the rest of it off screen. I'll let you know if anything really interesting happens. Like that, for example, wasn't that interesting. Alright, folks, so that's going to be it for this video. When we come back, we'll be able to sail the ocean blue, and we'll be able to look for the belly button of the ocean, which features Sky Tower or something. Rainbow gravity. I don't know what's going on, folks, but we got to find Lennus soon, right? Right. See you next time.